Following what his nationalist ideals were, Mussolini also put in place what was a real revolution of the language, aiming at getting rid of all those terms belonging to different languages that were used in the Italian spoken language at the time. So terms such as the English movie or sport were substituted by their new Italian correspondent, and all the members of the party and the adherent to fascism were expected to not to talk using foreign terms anymore. A well-established movement needs a true leader, a very well charismatic and focused person. Mussolini was all this, and so much so that the adherent to the party created a real cult of personality around its figures. They described him as visionary, savior, liberator. He was a man with broad views who was able to upset the Italian political scene for the very first time. He puts in place a real totalitarianism for the first time in a country that had never seen just one person given all the power. He was also self-given the epithet of Duce from the Latin dux, which means true commander, a true leader. In order to keep track, to keep a record of all the action perpetrated by his military corps and the fascist propaganda, he also created the movie company Istituto Luce. And there are two videos I wanted to show you. One of them depicting Mussolini as the perfect sportsman, because he wanted to appear as an example for the people that were following him. We can see him practicing several sports in the video, and all the people belonging to the party could see how involved he was with the cause. He was able to go to horse, skiing, swimming, driving, flying a plane, but he was also so charismatic that his speeches were very, very acclaimed by the crowd. As you can see in this video, all the people are cheering when the Duce speaks, and this means how important was his figure to the people who were following, who were joining the fascist cause. So, in a mass
fatiche quotidiane del suo altissimo ufficio,
I'm sorry.
il Duce non trascura la sua bella e rigenerante fatica sportiva. L'allenamento fisico sulla terra, nel cielo e sul mare costituisce lo svago preferito delle sue rare ore di riposo.
So, all the members belonging to a movement are expected to act, to fully commit to the cause of the movement. Everybody was expected to act. Every healthy individual was expected to join the military forces, the fascist squad. But Mussolini didn't want to stop to this. He wanted to revolutionize the society as a whole. This is why he also introduces the Opera Nazionale Balilla, which was an educational system thought for young people from 6 years to 21 years old, divided in groups by age, and all the children would have been educated both from a military standpoint and from an educational standpoint, being taught what were the main purposes, the main purposes of the movement. As the last element, we have suspicion, and Mussolini was very able to identify what the enemies of the movement were. This is why the whole propaganda system of fascism was aimed at discrediting those opponents. As you can see in these printed ads that were spread all over the country in the period Mussolini was in charge, he aimed at taking advantage of the opponents by rising the population against them. The first one says, the enemies is listening to you. Please be quiet. We don't want our ideas to be spread. We don't want anybody to take advantage of us. The second one is actually aimed at discrediting opposing political parties such as communism. I can see up here on the right, and the poster actually said, protect your baby, as you don't want other parties to take advantage of him to drag him into what their beliefs are.